Have you ever picked up a book and then you can't finish it? Or you put it down and then you pick up another one and maybe you get halfway through, but you can't finish it? That's what I've been in. I've been in the worst reading slump that I have been in years. Okay, so let me tell you, let's talk about which books I have picked up and can't put down. No, can't pick back up again. So we got mowing, we got lawn mowing. It should stop. It should go away. Anyway, so also here's the other issue. I have been reading these on my Kindle. So I think that that's part of the problem. Like, I have needed to read like a physical book, and I was trying to read on my Kindle because I got Kindle Unlimited. So of course, why not read for free, right? And it's like at your fingertips and I don't have to carry things around. But then it was like, I just need that, you know? I need like the tactile like feel of holding a book in my hands to help me focus and center, because I've been having so much trouble focusing on anything lately. So here we are. So here's what I tried to read. All right, Wrath by Ellis James. It is Step Brothers romancy book. Absolutely fantastic. I read the first 350 pages. It's a 690 page book. Also, I record videos on my phone and my phone has a full storage, and so it keeps canceling out the recordings, and this is why I haven't uploaded a video in a while, because I've recorded a couple, but I haven't finished them because my phone is like, your storage is full, and I delete a bunch of stuff and your storage is still full, and then I try to upload it onto my Mac and it's like, we can't download this video, so we can't upload it to your computer so that I can edit it and then post it. So anyway, Ellis James, sometimes she's Ella James, and on this cover for Wrath, she's Ellis James. So anyway, Wrath, Ellis James, read the first half, really enjoyed it, and then it was like the spice was spicing too frequently, and not even in an enjoyable way or a character development way. It was just, they were just, you know, doing the thing, and I got bored, so I stopped reading it. It is one that, and I hope that lawn mowing is not too loud. It is one that I will keep reading and have read a page or two or a chapter at a time, and I'm going to finish it, but it's just taking time. The other one that's taking me a lot of time to finish is book 3 of the From Blood and Ash series, which is Crown of Gilded Bones by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I loved the first 2. I ate the first 2 up. It was like I couldn't get enough. And then book 3, it took 100 pages for me to be like, okay, I'm into it. And then in like another 20 pages, I was like, all right, I'm out. I'm not interested anymore. The pacing is just, it's not right. And I don't know, the stakes are there. It kind of has, you know, but the relationship is set. So they're like, you know, and so I lose interest in that situation when the relationship is set. When the characters are together, I'm just kind of like, I'm out, you know? And then plot wise, like, it just feels not as interesting as the first 2 books have been. That's all I really can say. It's just losing me. And then we have The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. This was another one I picked up because I specifically picked up The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez because I wanted a friends to lovers romance. And so I Googled friends to lovers, and I've been wanting to read an Abby Jimenez. The first couple chapters are so cliched and there's no subtlety to it at all. So I'm not enjoying The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. I am slowly reading chapter to chapter, trying to get into it, but it just wasn't hooking me. The other thing is that I've been in a writing slump too. Like, I have been feeling like that feeling that you get where it's just like you feel like you're not good at it, and like the book that I've been working on for years, I was like hammering and hammering, and it felt like to the point where it was like, this isn't a good book, it's not a good story, the characters suck, like I should just throw it away and never look at it again. So thank God for my beta readers, because we meet every couple weeks, and when they like give me feedback that is actually helpful and easy to implement and makes sense, then I can go back at my book and be like, okay, all right, I see how I can fix it, and it feels more tangible. to be able to adjust. So I've gotten back into it a little bit better, but like I was for a couple months there, like I was like, I can't write, I can't read, like who am I, identity crisis. And I spent a lot of my time watching TV and playing video games and watching gamers, because I was just like, I had to let go for a while, you know? So finally on my birthday, I went to Barnes & Noble and I picked, oh, the other one too is Six of Crows. I've been reading this for a couple months. I'm about halfway, but like this was not capturing my attention. There's so much flashbacks and like backstory that most of the book is backstory. And this is my first Leigh Bardugo book. I haven't like gotten into her, I guess it's the Grishaverse. So the Shadow and Bone series has characters that are in this. I had no idea until I got halfway through and finally looked it up on YouTube, because I was like, why is this, do people really like this thing? So I've been reading that. So I went to Barnes & Noble and I picked up some books. I haven't read an Emily Henry book like on paperback yet. So I've been listening to Emily Henry. So I've listened to Beach Read, Funny Story, and Book Lovers, but I haven't physically read any of her books. So I picked up this one. I am burning through this pretty quickly. I am actually on page 238, and I think part of it is I get cozy vibes reading it. I like that, and also I am definitely eating up reading a paper book. Like I need to be able to read on paper right now. And so I'm burning through this pretty quickly, but it is still not like, this will not be a 5-star read. Like it will not be. It's a, like this was too much backstory. This is half backstory or more. Probably more. Like it is about these two people, they're best friends, Alex and Poppy. They go on vacation together every summer. They're just friends for 10 years, from college through adulthood. First of all, I don't believe that. I don't believe that a man and a woman who are somewhat attracted to each other and love each other as friends can just be friends for 10 years and go on vacation together and sleep in the same room together and be so close. I don't believe it. Secondly, it keeps going from this summer to 10 summers ago, 9 summers ago, 8 summers ago. So it's like, I don't care. I get to like 5 summers ago and I'm like, I don't care what happened 5 summers ago. I want to know what's happening now. I want to know what's happening right now. But when I get to this summer, they're awkward around each other. Alex is like the worst male, and he's not really a protagonist or a lead, but he is. He's the male lead, but it's all first person for Poppy. But he's like the male love interest and like the main other character. He has no real personality. He's in the summer parts, he's very like just down and drawn, and just it's not fun to see them interact. It's really awkward and uncomfortable, but not in a good way even. It's not even like I feel the tension and I'm like, it's like, let's get through this. I want to get through this. So I'm waiting for the book to get interesting. But that's where I'm at with this Emily Henry. This will be my least favorite Emily Henry, and a video in the future after I read Happy Place, I'm going to rank all the Emily Henrys and tell you why I ranked them the way I did, because I have different opinions from others. Like everybody's like Beach Read. Okay, everybody, I watch Haley Pham and Larry Reed's Larissa Camusano, and they both rate Beach Read as #1, and I'm like, absolutely not, absolutely not. So, and going through that, okay, so the books I have listened to on audiobook since the last time I posted, I have Beach Read and Thank You for Listening. Those two I did finish. Those two I did eat up for the most part. I tend to do better listening to audiobooks, especially when I'm commuting, than I have been doing with reading the past few months. But Beach Read was not nearly as good as Book Lovers. I'll leave it at that, because in the future I'm going to do a whole video ranking them, and I will give to deep detail as to why. But I did not find Beach Read to provide me with I had some feels, but not like intense feels, except for the end. I don't know how much of this I want to give away, but like her dad's dead in the beginning, that, and at the end there's some stuff about that I had to turn it off because I was bawling my eyes out. Part of that's because my dad's dead, so I felt that, and I'm a parent and it's about him being her father, so I really felt that. So I had to turn it off. I couldn't listen to it until I gathered myself and finished listening to it. But it was kind of a lot of like, I just can't wait to get done with this book. Thank You for Listening was a whole different experience. Thank You for Listening is by, oh shoot, what's her name? She does the audiobooks for Emily Henry. I will put it up on the screen. Thank You for Listening. I don't know, did I talk about this? Have I talked about this? It starts off hilarious, super funny. So the main character is an audiobook narrator. I feel like I have talked about this, but she's an audiobook narrator, and she's listening to an audiobook, and she's next to a mom and a kid, and her headphones disconnect, the phone falls onto the floor, and he yells out "cock" the audiobook. And it just like gives away what she's listening to. It was hilarious. There were moments like that throughout the book that were just so funny. It had me cracking up laughing. And it was good. It was really good. There was a point in the book where things are happening and then it time jumps and we don't know the conclusion necessarily of what happened, and for some reason we didn't get to experience it, and I was really angry in that moment. And then when it gets further down in the book, she comes back to it and you experience that moment, and it made sense why she timelined it that way. But at the moment where it got cut off, I was a bit angry. I was like, did I miss something? Did I accidentally skip a chapter? Like, what is happening? But it comes back around and makes sense. Ultimately, I think Thank You for Listening was very good. I do think it could have had some structural differences, maybe. I think it spends too much time on her grandmother and her father, but overall, very good book, very good read. If I were to star rate it, probably like a 4-star. And then beach read, I'm giving like a 3, honestly. But again, I'll go into that detail later on. The other book I'm currently in the middle of listening to is Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. It's her book that came out in June. It's different from her other books, honestly. The spice writing, if you were to say like 5 is like the spiciest spice, it's a 5. Like, it's mostly you're gonna listen to it or read it just for the spice. Like, you want to go into it for the spice. Initially, I couldn't even start listening to it. I listened to it a little bit and I was like, it's weird, like it's awkward, like the man is too like into her. I was like, this doesn't even make sense for a human, much less a man. It was too heavy on the interest for me, but I got past that. In certain phases of my cycle, I really enjoy it. But it's definitely like you're just listening to it for the smut, really. Like, that's the meat and bones of the book. So if you're not into spice, you're not gonna like it. I really think that, you know, Love Theoretically, Love Hypothesis were fantastic Ali Hazelwoods. I'm going to do Love on the Brain eventually. I haven't read or listened to that one. But that one's definitely, like, as far as Ali Hazelwood, it's lower on the scale also as far as quality goes. It's just not as good. The other book that I'm very excited to start, that I picked up on my birthday, is the Zodiac Academy. I can't wait. And I'm telling, like, I'm so excited that I'm actually scared to start reading it because I'm scared it's going to disappoint. But I know people do love this series, and I'm desperate to get back into a series. I want to be connected with characters for a long running time frame. The last series I read, well, I'm currently reading from Blood and Ash, but the last series I finished was Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Before that was ACOTAR. And I want a series that I love as much as I loved ACOTAR. So I'm hoping that this one, and I've been into paranormal. We've been rewatching Supernatural, so this is technically classified as a paranormal romance. I have not read the back. I'm not reading anything about it. I just want to devour and enjoy. I've learned that about myself more recently, is I don't like to read about a book. I just want to read the book and experience it. I never used to be like that. I used to have to read the back, maybe read a couple pages. Like, if somebody recommends it, I'm like, all right, I'll try it, you know, because I've been watching a lot of BookTube and stuff like that. And so I'm just picking up the books and reading them. So we're about halfway through the year, and I have finished 19 books. For some reason, my Goodreads is telling me that I finished 12. I have logged every book this year after I've read it. So I don't know why I've read 19, but Goodreads is telling me I've read 12. that seems a little, so I don't trust Goodreads, so I'm glad I created this little tracker here for myself. So I'm writing down every book when I finish it. That's where I'm at. So my next book, I will my next book. I have lots of book ideas, lots of books to write. No, but my next vlog, I will finish this and update. And then I'm also going to hopefully finish this one. I will have finished Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. I'm going to listen to a Lynn Painter book next. I'm so excited. The only book of hers that I've read is Better Than the Movies. Also, her sequel to that is coming out in, I think, October of this year. I don't know how I feel about that whole thing because, like I said, I'm only really interested in the book until the main people get together. And then I'm like, I don't care. So the whole sequel is going to be about them together, right? I mean, I hope they don't break up. But also, like, they're together, so a little. But I did like the main character in Better Than the Movies a lot. I feel like she was really fleshed out. I feel like identified with her. Also, she's a redhead too. And I like, you know, the love interest in Better Than the Movies. So I'm gonna read a different Lynn Painter and see how I feel about it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I hope you have a wonderful day. I've enjoyed speaking with you and look forward to my upcoming vlog about these two books and Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. Have a wonderful day. I will see you next time.